Hey, Mr. Maris here. I would like to walk you guys through our first class essay, which will be a conflict analysis essay. Overview of this entire essay is going to be focusing on the prompt analysis, topic, type, task, and target, which will be the focus of just this first part of the presentation. If you're doing this essay on your own, you would be provided with certain sources or articles to read. In this case, we're going to use the short stories that we read in class. I'm going to walk you through in the second presentation the Perl format, which goes into an example of a Perl main body paragraph. And then I'm going to give you some general instructions for an introduction and conclusion paragraph. There'll also be some proofreading tips at the end, and I'll mention how the whole thing scored. All right, let's dig into this prompt. This is very important at the beginning of an essay. You got to read the prompt. Here it is. Conflict in literature is one of the most important elements. Conflict comes in many types, categories, such as character versus self, nature, another character or group of characters. Think of the different types of character conflict in the short stories we read in class. Write an essay to your teacher explaining one type of conflict and give examples from the text. All right. These essays need to have an introduction, multiple main body paragraphs, 2 or 3 usually gets the job done following the Perl process, and a conclusion. All right. How do we analyze this prompt? I focus on the 4 T's: topic, type, task, and target. All right. And I'll go through each of these. All right, so let's take a look at this prompt once again and see if we can figure out the topic. That's the overall 1 or 2 words at the most. In this case, it's 3 because I got a preposition in there. The topic of this is, what do you think? Conflict in literature. All right, not conflict in life, but conflict in literature. That is the topic. That's very important because that's what the entire essay will kind of fall under. The type, there's only 2 types of essays we write in middle school. It is either an informational or an argumentative. All right. The informational will, somewhere in the prompt, it'll say something about either explaining, describing. The argumentative will have some different words like persuading or convincing. The task is the most important thing. This is what we will generate the points of our Perl paragraphs. In this case, we find the word right, and then I say write an essay to your teacher explaining one type of conflict and give examples from the text. Each main body paragraph needs to address this specifically, you choose one type of conflict, and then you give examples, and then we're going to see where we have all that stuff already done. Obviously, the essay should have an introduction, all that. Let's continue. Who's this one written to? In this case, it's your teacher. Sometimes they'll say, write to your school principal or a role model in your life. In this case, you're just writing to your teacher. All right, let's continue. If you were doing this on your own, as I said, I would have given you the 3 short stories, Broken Chain, Oranges, and My Favorite Chaperone. For the essays you're going to be doing for FSA and the benchmark, they probably won't give you as long of a short story as My Favorite Chaperone, but you could definitely have a poem, could be an article, could be a short story. But since this is we do not have to read these now, since we've already read and analyzed these, we're going to just take what we've done, and let's look at the right side of the screen, and you'll see just a shell of the conflict analysis outline. When you do this on your own, all right, you'll have the sources, you'll have the prompt, but I'm not going to be able to give you that outline. You're going to have to figure out, all right, types of conflict. Oh, I know something about types of conflict. And in this case, we have 5 different ones to choose from: character self, character group, character nature, and then group versus group. We didn't come up with any examples from literature. They were only from real life. So probably would not choose group versus group. And somebody wanted, but so that's just going to be a very powerful tool to what's called paraphrase some text evidence. All right, again, topic of this outline is conflict analysis. We have 5 different categories of character versus self, etc., and numerous examples for you to choose from. This concludes the prompt analysis. Stand by